Welcome, adventurers, to a world of wonder and whimsy, of fantasy and the fantastic, of Dungeons and Dragons. Please clap. Previously on Radventure, after emerging from the underground of Anthony Hawk, your party found themselves in Pizzaria, the Pizza Kingdom. You rescued a family of refugee pineapple-born, escaping the terrifying clutches of the Pepperoni and their Canadian Baconator Goliath. Some quick thinking allowed you to cross a Pepperoni checkpoint, but you gleaned that more pineapple-born and sardines that the DM definitely didn't mean to write as anchovies were being detained. As you took this family to the safety of the mushroom folk, you learned of an insidious plot to sacrifice the captured citizens in a giant tomcano. Through the magic of Magnolia getting all kosher up in their faces, and Gert cooking the pepperoni in her oven of easy baking, Whirl managed to charm the pepperoni driving the prisoner cart, escaping and making a new friend. At least until he went out, as so many do in this campaign, by having Yodick light him on fire. You steered the refugees to safety and were rewarded with a pick of air guitaring. And you trudged forward, but not before the leader imparted she knew that you are seeking the lost tomb of the NecroWraith Scepter, and she warned you that all that is not saved will be lost. You continued forth for a few days, reaching level 5, and then you came upon deer. And it hit you that at every turn of this adventure, you've seen deer watching you from the forest. You were then surrounded by deer. Hundreds of them, blocking your van on all sides. And in front of you, they part as a cloaked figure approaches. And that is not where we're going to pick up.
Oh no.
Instead, we're going to dive back and return to the beginning. Not the beginning of the campaign, mind you, but the beginning of Canada. In one form or another, you've all heard the legend of how this world was created by dragons. Long ago, Canada was a barren and uninhabitable land devoid of life and love. Then, one day, dragons emerged from holes within the ground and soared through the skies. Many dragons from legend are terrifying creatures, but these dragons, they were filled with good. As the legend goes, they gave up their lives and sowed their energy into the fabric of Canada, breathing life into it. From where these dragons exploded, there formed the New World and cities. Places like Montreal, Quebec, Toronto, Vancouver, Tim Hortons, Ottawa, Calgary, Winnipeg, and of course, Yukon City. Centuries pass, and new theories pop up, new gods rise and fall, but people never forget. This world was created by dragons. And now, after I have taken a lore dump on your chest, oh my god, I was on old something when I wrote this. And now we cut back to your party. Surrounded by deer, with a cloaked figure headed toward you. What do you do?
Do you guys ever think about how this world was created by dragons? I was just reminiscing. Have you heard those stories?
Yeah, I've read those.
Yeah, it's
It
fascinating.
feels a little irrelevant
Who's that?
to the deer situation, but
Yeah, A little bit.
Hey, Yodik, these deer, they're not for eating or charring or killing
I was just
or
going
bringing
to...
back from the dead.
Well, what if they die an untimely death and they're needed?
Well, maybe. But
Why?
just know, don't set them on fire, please.
They haven't presented us too much of a threat yet.
Should we maybe say hi to that person who's walking towards us?
Sure.
I pull out a dragon scale. Let's say hello.
The figure does not respond as they move closer. You see that they wear a brown robe, like that of a friar. And you can see fur instead of skin, brown fur. They walk slowly and lean on a staff of carved wood, sort of limping as they walk, just lightly. As they draw closer, you notice that from their cloak emerges this massive set of gold antlers as they sort of peer up and smile at you. Everyone open Messenger. They look a little something like this.
Ooh,
Aw.
yes.
He's so cute.
This is what they look
dear.
like.
Character art.
Everyone else had such a good time looking at their characters that I commissioned one too. I just wanted to be included.
He's adorable.
Cat, you're the best. Hello there, travelers. We mean you no harm. What brings you here?
We're just passing through, just normal travelers, nothing weird.
Sort of looks at you and cocks his head. I don't believe you're telling the truth.
You're not the only one.
Well, I mean, for the moment, we are just kind of passing through. As for nothing weird, I mean, I just kind of gesture at Yodik. He's just weird. We all are. It's
I do a little pose, a little flourish.
Oh. Interesting. I am the dear Lord, and I am the protector of something great. Do you know what it is I protect?
Is it maybe a magic scepter?
He sort of leans in. Yeah, yes.
A magic...
like a NecroWraith scepter?
Yeah.
Indeed. I am the protector of the lost tomb of the NecroWraith scepter.
Oh.
Well, that's convenient.
That's
Great.
extremely convenient.
Yeah, we were actually looking for that.
I wasn't aware that the tomb would be attended.
I have been tasked with protecting it and making sure it reaches the right hands.
Oh. That's very convenient.
We all have right hands. Except for Yotik, but
At the risk of being a bit forward, what do you think of our hands?
You can all give yourself a big hand for that. Ha-ha.
Yotik looks at his claws. Oh. Oh, are we supposed to? Oh, yes.
I was just sort of vibing off of the energy you were all giving off. Regardless,
Ah, yes.
if you all wish to reach it, you must prove that your hearts are true.
Okay.
okay.
I hand him a lollipop.
Thank you. He licks it. Cherry.
Does he have hands or hooves?
You see that he has hands. But he has, I wasn't going to do the thing where it takes the hooves off and then there's little, but he just has furry hands.
That's what I was thinking.
Love that bit. Love that.
So how can we prove that we're true of heart?
We all prove ourselves in one way or another. We prove ourselves through our actions. I will start with you, little boy.
Huh?
And takes his hands and puts them on your head, Whirl.
Oh.
You close your eyes and feel your mind being pulled in different directions. You flash back to a time when you charged in head first and were nearly devoured by a mimic. And then you flash to another time when you saved that mama chicken. And the countless good deeds and necessary evils, all the milestones, all of which culminates in this sort of warm, pleasant feeling. See, the dear Lord looks at you and smiles. Kindness flows through you. You are worthy. You see a little deer approaches.
Oh, well, that's nice.
there's a little necklace of like simple string and like a carved wooden deer head on it. He places it around your neck and bows.
Oh, thank you. This is adorable. I don't know what it's for, but it's really cute.
It will allow you to pass through and be a friend of the deer.
Oh, that's awesome.
A dear
The deer
friend?
goes with you. Oh, delightful. More humor.
Yes. I enjoy a bit of wordplay.
You next. And he goes to you, Gert, and puts his hands on your temple. As you close your eyes, you remember how all this began, the many dead Tamagotchis, and it reminds you of the countless dead Peproni who really had it coming because they were they were genociding. So, you know. But before that sorrow can take hold of you, you remember Neil popping into existence and how your love brought him to life. And you're overtaken by joy and warmth. The dear Lord smiles. You bring music and light to those around you. You are worthy. And he places another necklace around your neck and bows, sort of whispers to you, just to be clear, I have a girlfriend. I'm just putting it out there. Before anything, just putting it out there. All right.
Okay, dear Lord. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Steps away to you, Magnolia, and puts his hands on your head. You close your eyes and return to the beginning, covered in exploded horse meat as you assisted in killing that police officer. Since then, you found serenity as you fixed up the van and learned that there's always a road. And you don't always need to be perfect, just better. Dear Lord smiles at you. You may fixate on what you've broken, but do not overlook the many things you've fixed. You are worthy. He bows and he puts the necklace around you.
Thank you, dear Lord.
Bows. He turns to you, Yotik, puts his hand on your furry crown, and as you close your eyes, you remember the cop slowly sinking into the mud. Then there's fire. So much fire burning everything around you. You remember the joy of stealing the Nomonomicon. And as you open your eyes, the dear Lord is like, okay, yikes. That's a lot of fiery death.
Yes, but they were doing genocide.
The gnomes were doing genocide?
I didn't burn any gnomes.
All right, so do the rest of you vouch for him? Or
We're gonna return the book. We promise. It's next on the agenda.
Yes, it's like a library sort of situation. It's it's out on loan.
I don't think that's the case.
And for all the people that he has set on fire, he did detonate a bomb near him to save other people. So that has to count for something.
I was very concerned about the safety of others, and I sacrificed my own safety for them.
I mean, if it wasn't for Yodik, we wouldn't have started this journey if he didn't revive my horses. We wouldn't have been here.
He also did free me from a very unfair jail situation. He's not bad. He just he's just weird.
He's a little
but we
bit
love him because
he's
he's fluffy. How can you not like him? I'll pet some of Yodik's fluff.
And you know what? He
Yotik
really
blushes.
he really likes the moon. And
that too.
People who don't like the moon are a little bit strange.
So true. So true.
You all raise a lot of points. Just take a look at this, and he sort of waves his hand, and this cloudy gray orb appears. You look inside it, and you see a familiar sort of green lawn of the Great Noman Empire. But now it's sort of transformed into this Mad Max-esque landscape. There's gnomes fighting each other with spears, and riding on the back of flamingos, there's flames and other things. So yeah, I'm going to need that back to return immediately to stop the rampant murder that's happening.
How do I know I can trust you? I've only just met you.
As Yodik is challenging them, I'm gonna go grab it from the van.
Oh, it's in my bag. It's not in the
Oh,
van.
fuck. Can I make a sleight of hand check to try and grab it?
Sure. Make a sleight of hand check. Yodik made a perception check.
All right.
This is an 8.
5.
Okay. Yodik, it's like 6 seconds before you see Magnolia has it out.
Magnolia, did you steal from me?
I am simply returning. Like a library, in your own words.
The book
It
does
is,
not...
exactly.
The book does not belong to this man. It belongs to possibly me or possibly those terrible gnomes.
The gnomes weren't that
We
bad.
don't know who this is.
You did say it's like a library thing, right? And we're
Yes.
he's like the library clerk, so we're just
No,
like giving
we've
him
only
the book
just
back
met
to
him.
put back on the shelf.
We have no way of knowing his affiliations. He may
But
not
he said
even
all
be a
these
real
nice
librarian.
things about us.
He really did, and he like magically could tell if we're good or evil. So
And we have
Yeah.
been seeing a
There's
lot
a
of deer
spell-
on this journey, you know?
There's a spell that
We
does
have.
that lets you tell whether someone's good or evil. He could be just some grifter. We shouldn't trust this person.
The hundreds of deer just kind of like move in when you say Grifter. He's like, okay, let's chill. And he like pushes them back so they stop advancing.
can I like insight check this guy? Like, does it seem like he's been legit with us this whole time?
Make an insight check.
I'm gonna guide myself because I have that spell. Oh yeah, that is a 22.
Yeah, he seems incredibly mysterious. It does seem like the things he's saying about you are true, and that he does seem genuinely worried about the gnomes. Do you think that I'm going to keep this?
I don't know. It seems like a very valuable thing.
I could teleport this back there immediately, which is my plan.
If you could in some way convince me that your intentions are true and that you are actually putting the book back and not doing this for your own gain, I would let you do it, and I wouldn't try to stop you.
Yodik, I'm pretty sure his intentions are real. I checked.
I'm
I'm
not sure yet.
Well, I guess the three of you could go through, and this one could stay here, or you could all just sort of give the necklaces back, because they are sort of precious family heirlooms.
Yotik!
Just the...
If you bring us back each one maple bar, then I'll trust you.
I'm not teleporting it. Okay, may I just have the book?
I'm just gonna give it to him. Yeah.
Takes it.
Yeah, Yotik doesn't
There's
really
this-
have a say in this.
There's a blinding flash of light, and you see this sort of, as your eyes like sort of settle back, the blue orb, there's now like a small blue orb in his hands, and it's got like a little book inside, sort of flies up into the air and then starts zooming back the direction like you roughly came, which is sort of the direction of the Noman Empire. All right, there. That can stop the murdering happen.
How do we...
Kind of on the fence about you and whether or not you deserve the whole, blessing to get through. You all sort of vouched for him, so not sure where we stand. Looks at you, Yodik.
Yes, I'm not sure where we stand either across all four arms. I don't see a
Yodik.
maple bar, and I don't know if I can trust you.
I'm assuming I have a maple bar in the van that I'm just gonna give to Yodik.
I don't want that maple bar. I want a new one from him.
Yodik, just accept the necklace. Look, it's pretty. See? Just accept it.
They are
Dear
nice.
Lord,
I don't know if I want to give him a necklace now.
Dear Lord, every friend group has like, one friend that's like a little off, right? Like we kind of need him to balance the dynamic that we have going on here. You know what I mean?
Make a persuasion check.
Every group needs just that little bit of extra chaos, because otherwise it'd be boring.
Oh, that's a 19 plus 6 is 25.
All right, here. He takes like one of the necklaces from the deer. Here you go. Fine, just look after him, because it seems like he is honestly, probably I should not be letting him through, because I have one job, and it's to make sure that only the true of heart pass through. And he seems pretty blatantly evil.
I think it's really a matter of perspective what is true of heart. I have my intentions, and I am true to them.
And, like, evil is a stretch. Like, he's weird, and, like, he burns stuff sometimes. But, like, if he was evil, like, would he let me sleep on his fur every night?
Certainly not.
Right, there's a lot to unpack here.
It's not. It's not really fur. It's like sort of spines. It just looks like fur.
It's like soft.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and move on from this conversation, because you have the necklaces. The deer will not attack you any further if you go forth. You have all been judged. He, like, sort of, like, centers himself, and, like, it's like he's, like, rehearsing a thing, like, you have all been judged as true enough to pass through these lands and beyond. Prance among the deer in peace. The lost tomb of the NecroWraith Scepter lies beyond, in the center of the desert of dangers.
Ooh.
Because you are worthy, at least 75% of you, we shall aid you in reaching the entrance. But you'll have to face the challenges inside on your own.
Hey, do you know anything about, like, saving stuff? Like, saving things so you don't lose them? Like, does that, like, bring any prophecy bells or anything weird like that?
Yes. Do you perhaps have, like, an SD card we could borrow for saving?
I don't know what those things are.
Maybe a compact flash?
I am very confused by everything you say. As far as saving, if you have a 401k and you can have your employer do matching, you should do the full amount. That's basically free money.
Sir, I'm 15. I'm not retiring for a very, very long time.
Oh, but the more you save at a younger age, the better off you'll be later on.
I don't have a job.
Yes, dear Lord, is it possible to put unemployment gains into a 401k?
Okay.
There
are some things that not even
at some point in this conversation, and all of a sudden, I don't know where we are.
Can I ask a question, dear Lord?
Yeah. Sure. And follow me this way while you're doing it.
Do you think you got an extra deer necklace that I could put, on my van as like a little trinket for the window or the mirror?
Oh yes. You didn't judge the van.
Or Neil.
You have to judge the van and look into its past.
Neil absolutely needs a necklace.
Magnolia, make persuasion check. I'll say Gert, make one for Neil. I'll say it's a little lower of a DC because Whirl was helping.
Oh, that's a nat one.
Mine is 12.
These highly sacred artifacts, I can't really put them in a van. It's like an ancient relic. But we do have these kids' versions.
Makes sense.
You see they're smaller ones with like little tiny horns. You can dangle this in your van if you would like.
What I was looking for.
And here is one for your
this is
familiar.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Dearlord.
Yes, you.
I'm suddenly struck. I'm struck by an anxiety. What if the van is evil and you didn't check? That would be terrible, wouldn't it? Can you check to see if the van is evil?
Make a persuasion check.
The van's not evil.
Isn't it a toy necklace, so it doesn't matter?
I'm a little fuzzy on the... Well, I'm a little fuzzy in general, but I'm a little fuzzy on the mechanics of how the necklaces work. The van is a person. I don't know if you realize that. It does look like a van.
What was your persuasion check?
Oh, and my roll was 11. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear it. He sort of... Sure. But then maybe a little less talking. From you specifically. He seems very much like the hair. He like sort of is like rubbing his temples whenever he like looks at you. And goes to the van, waves his hands over it. Seems like a van. There's a little bit of celestial energy in it. Don't detect anything. Sort of a neutral being, really.
Well, that's good to know. I'm glad we checked.
Indeed.
I'm glad we haven't been riding in an evil van this entire time. That would be weird.
Wouldn't that be weird?
I'm like on the hood of my van, just like, don't listen to them. You're not evil. You're perfect. You're mine.
It's the engine kind of purrs a little bit.
It's okay. Don't listen to the haters. You're still a sweet machine.
The Deer Lord walks ahead, sort of hobbling as he leans on his staff and guides you through the forest. After 5 minutes or so, he stops. The forest abruptly ends. Like there's like a line where it stops and then desert begins.
Ooh.
In the distance, in the desert, you can see a structure maybe half a mile away.
Is that the tomb over there?
Indeed. That is the lost tomb of the NecroWraith Scepter.
It's nice.
He goes to a nearby tree and he pulls out this old, like, wooden sled and begins tethering deer in front of it, like snow dogs.
Does the forest ending like this abruptly, does that seem natural to me, or does it seem like something like ate the rest of the forest or something weird like that?
Make a nature check.
That is 13.
Yeah, that doesn't seem natural. You can sort of see like there's like a curve like all around the desert. So it's like almost like a circle jutting out from the center where the lost tomb of the NecroWraith Scepter is. There's like this like half mile of just barren desert.
Yeah, this is weird.
It doesn't seem natural, does it?
No, it's definitely not. Forests don't just like stop.
Yeah.
You know, they get like thinner and kind of trail off, but they don't just like end, especially not in a circle.
Yes.
The desert of dangers. It is quite dangerous. I will be getting ready.
Seems right based on the name.
I will get ready. I hope you all do the same. He goes and pulls out like a red poncho to put over him. Puts on like this sort of like red hat, kind of conical. Sort of, you know, just to keep the sand off my robe. The puffy white brim of this hat catches sand before it gets into the eyes. Let me know when you're ready, and we'll all reach the center as fast as possible.
Oh my, how fast? Should we equip sand gear as well?
I assume you will not need it if you are riding in the van.
Oh, that's a very good
great.
point. I'm gonna get in the van.
Yeah, I'll
Make
be in
sure the
van.
windows are rolled up.
Oh, close the sunroof.
Yep.
All right, are we ready? As he stands on the sled with all the deer in front of him.
Yeah.
I yell from inside the
Probably.
van, "We're ready!"
We're ready.
He sort of gets in the sled, gets all ready. On Flashy, on Smashy, on Wheezy and Vlad, on Schnitzel and Sizzle, Maracas and Chad. And he, yeah! And the sled takes off into the desert.
I'm gonna give the van a big floor it.
Already you're sort of just, the rest of you sort of taken aback in the van. The hot sun beating down on you. Immediately, even within the van, it's pretty hot. And you try to keep pace with these galloping deer that are going pretty fast. Already having used the flooring it ability, you get pretty far pretty quickly.
Hell yeah.
About halfway through. Everyone give me perception checks.
Oh yeah, that's good. 21.
14.
A 14.
24.
All right, Yodik and Gert, there's sort of a rumbling going on beyond like the hum of the engine. And off to the side, you see that there's like these calm sands, and then suddenly,
No.
bursting from them is a gargantuan sandworm that rises up 50 feet out of the ground.
Christ.
Its body thicker than a house, and it opens its sort of trifold toothy maw and screeches at you. I need
I
everyone
like
to roll
beating my
initiative.
claws on the dashboard. Go faster! Go faster!
Nat 20 for my initiative.
I rolled an 18.
8.
Oh, buddy.
Oh no.
And what'd you roll, Whirl?
I rolled a 1, which
Oh,
brings
no.
it to a big fat 3.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
So apparently I'm just standing in the back of the van screaming in panic.
The sandworm. Oh, wait, I need to roll for the Deer Lord. Oh, boy. That's that one.
Oh, hey, he's joining
no.
me. He's
Oh, do
joining
all-
me in the land of nope.
He's still got higher than you, though.
Oh my gosh, I have a smudge on my screen, and I was like, when did I get a new freckle?
Do his deer have to roll initiative too?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll initiative for each deer.
I want to know how Chad rolled.
Nixon goes first, followed by Slasher.
12d20, 12d20.
The sandworm veers its head towards you and begins to chase. This does not look like a fight you want to be in. This looks like something you want to run from, in case that's not clear. Magnolia,
Yes.
each round you're going to make a driving check until either you outrun the sandworm or it catches all of you.
Okay, so kind of lay of the land. We're driving forward, right?
Yep, towards this structure in the distance.
Okay, and the goal is to get to the structure in the distance.
Correct.
Okay, I'm trying to think of how to pull like an Indy versus Boulder situation here.
Everyone else gets to try whatever they want, and you can either help Magnolia or try and stop or distract the sandworm. Maybe taking damage will cause it to freak out, who knows? Or it might make it angrier, make it attack you more. So starting off, Gert, what do you want to do?
I would like to try to distract the sandworm by casting Major Image. Ooh. And I'm going to conjure up an image of like a nice sand house with a nice sandworm wife that maybe he can get like a little just be like, oh, like, am I home? Oh, I thought I was like on the other side of the sand desert of doom.
The sand desert.
Roll to find out if the sandworm is horny.
I have never loved anything more.
Maybe she's cooking some like sand cookies or something.
All right. It is going to make an intelligence check to see if it understands that it's an illusion. All right. I'm just going to take a picture of what this is.
Oh my god.
That's either really good or really bad.
I know, seriously.
You have conjured this beautiful sandworm lady making sandworm cookies. It definitely sort of looks toward it a little bit as it appears off to the side. Anything else you want to do?
I'm going to inspire Magnolia since she's driving the van.
Hell yeah. How do you want to inspire her?
I'm just gonna scream to her and be like, Magnolia, this is what we've been waiting for. Floor it. Just like encourage her to really get the van into action.
Amazing. That will bring us to Magnolia. It's your turn. So for a driving check, that is your spellcasting ability modifier plus your proficiency.
Which is now +3 because we're level 5.
Okay, so that's +6 then? Yeah. A 7 + 6.
And you could add the inspiration if you want to.
Oh, yes. Is that a D4?
D6, right?
Okay, 7.
It's a D8 actually.
Yeah, it's a D8.
Oh, it went up to a D8. Nice.
Okay. 7 + 12 is a big number.
Yeah.
19.
19. Yeah. You floor it. You see that as the sandworm's rising up, there's some like shifting sands, which sort of cause your van to like kind of like lean to one side, and you manage to like, this is what driving looks like.
As my car kind of shifts up, I'm gonna like Mario Kart it and start to like drift, around it,
Yes.
And
Blue
I'm just gonna be like, everyone. Seatbelts.
All right, that is one success.
Cool.
Now it's the sandworm's turn.
Oh no.
Who is going to look over at the worm and sort of slither that direction toward it. With a natural 1 on his intelligence check, it sees the sandworm and sort of like cocks its head, its like mouth, like, and then pounces and tries to devour this other worm. And as it sort of like passes through the shape, it kind of like looks around, realizes that it is an illusion as it's passed through it, and turns back another. But it stopped and did not make a check this turn, so it has no successes, no failures. And that's going to bring us to Yodick.
All right. How are we looking? Like, how far from us to the temple, and how far behind is the worm now?
It doesn't look too far. You probably have about 3 to 4 rounds before you reach it.
Okay. I'm going to reach into my bag, and I'm going to pull out a single shaving of licorice root, and I'm going to eat it, and then I'm going to cast haste on the van.
Oh my god.
So now the let's see, the van's speed is doubled, and it has a +2 to its AC and advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Okay, hell yeah. I will say, normally this is a creature and the van is not a creature, but if you can describe what it looks like for you to tinker with or do something to cast haste on this van.
I'm casting haste on the van's intake manifold, causing it to run at higher than ambient pressure. So now the van is turbocharged.
Okay, I understood like 2 of those words, so I'm going to assume that will make sense.
Forced induction.
I'll say, Magnolia, you can make your next roll at advantage.
Hell yeah.
Because of that.
Thank you, Yotek.
Just don't let it run for too long like this, otherwise you'll have detonation problems and you could damage your control rods.
Excuse me?
At this point, the dear lord is like, mush, forward, and is going to sort of successfully navigate his deer forward. He sort of veers off to the side. You're between him and the sandworm, so he's like keeping his distance. He's fallen a little bit behind you, but you're still closer to the sandworm than him. And now it brings us to Whirl.
Does Whirl know, like, what do giant worms generally eat? Like, do they just eat kind of anything? Like,
Deer.
Meat?
Make a history check.
Can it be a nature check?
Sure.
Oh, yeah, there's a 19. 23.
Yeah, the giant worms eat everything. They are renowned for literally eating anything that comes across their path. They eat objects, they eat creatures, they'll eat even versions of themselves, you can see.
Clearly. I'm going to cast Conjure Animals.
Okay.
And I'm going to summon 8 giant bats.
Oh, God.
And basically just send this swarm of bats, like, toward the worm and then, like, have them kind of veer off, basically trying to, like, draw its attention toward chasing the cloud of bats instead of chasing us.
Nice.
Oh, my God. That is those are large creatures.
Those are large creatures.
You can summon 8 large creatures?
They're challenge rating 1/4, so yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
They have a fly speed of 60 feet. So.
Druids, man.
Yeah.
I love druids.
You see bats just emerge from, I assume you open the back of the van.
Yeah, pretty much, and just like...
As we're opening the back of the van and bats are flying out, I'm just gonna scream, "Hold the candy! Hold the candy!
Don't let the bones fall out!
Get rid of the goblin guts! Throw them out!"
Go ahead and make a spell casting attack
Sure.
for that. Or an arcana check.
Yeah, I'll take the spell attack thingy. 17.
Amazing. Oh my God. That's going to bring us, unless there's anything else you want to do?
Nope, gonna close the doors.
Cool. You stop the candy and bones and onions and goblin flesh or whatever else has been in the bag of this from falling out. Top of the round, Gert, you're up.
I'll also cast Minor Illusion to make it sound like there's like more bats further in the distance. That way you can think that there's like, I don't know, a big flock of bats so I'll just amplify that sound.
Nice. Good teamwork. Go ahead and make a performance check.
Ooh, that's a nat 20, which is 26.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. These bats seem not only realistic, but extra terrifying. Somehow, the giant 10-foot by 10-foot bat is now scarier and more imposing as they flock outward toward the creature. Anything else you want to do?
I'll just continue to inspire Magnolia
Nice.
so that we can get out of here. This inspiration will be like a pat on the shoulder, like, hey, you got this.
I love it.
Just a tender
Okay, that's gonna
moment.
bring us to Magnolia's turn. Yeah.
So I feel like Magnolia is a really emotional person. And she wants the best for everyone. She wants to make sure everyone is like wearing a seatbelt, that the van is okay. She's really stressed. As I get like a little pat on the shoulder, it's just like one tear. Just like one single tear. It's like streaming down my purple translucent face.
Oh my god. Go ahead and make your driving check.
That's a 14 plus 6, so that's a 20.
You get advantage because of the van is hasted.
Yeah.
Oh!
Forced induction.
Oh! That's a 25.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
25.
Ain't no
Without the
replacement for
inspiration,
displacement. Miss me with that shit. It's all about
Yeah,
forced
you
induction.
you can save the inspiration. Like, it lasts for like a certain amount of time.
Okay,
so you don't have to use it.
I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna just be like, let's do this. We got this.
You just hear this like sort of voice in your head. We got this. Let's keep on trucking. You feel the lurching ahead at speeds you've never felt before. You can hear sand like whipping against the windshield as it just sort of goes past you, and you race forward. Is now the sandworm, who is going to make his at disadvantage because of the fucking bats, which he perceives as a big threat because of the two of you doing your shit. Oh, it's still pretty good. It's a 24 is what he got.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, so you beat him. That's one success.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh,
Only
wow.
just.
Without disadvantage, he rolled a 18 and a 19.
Oh, Christ.
So the disadvantage, write it down, so it was just a +6.
We'll take it.
So as I feel
Oh
like
my God.
I've beaten this worm, I'm just gonna do the classic finger out the window.
Classic LA traffic move.
Oh my gosh.
The classic road rage in LA.
Magnolia's kosher side coming out. That'll bring us to Yodik.
So we're 2 rounds away from the temple?
1 to 2 rounds. You have 2 successes so far.
Gotcha.
And you can, if you want to keep concentration on haste, you can.
Yes, I want to keep concentration on haste because it is concentration. I'm gonna try and inspire Magnolia as well, even though I'm not a bard. I'm gonna pat her on the shoulder. You're great at driving. Please continue driving. You're doing a great job. Probably not being inspiring, just sort of freaking out and patting her on the back.
Make a performance check just for fun.
Wait, Yodik, are you wearing your seatbelt?
Oh, you know I'm wearing my seatbelt. I always
Okay.
wear my seatbelt. Safety
Okay,
first.
good. Good.
I've got like my knees up to my chest and the seatbelt is around my legs. Yodik doesn't know how to wear seatbelts. That performance is going to be an 8.
Yeah, you definitely aren't inspired, Magnolia, but you feel the pressure to keep going. The dear Lord is doing pretty well. He's just sort of off to the side. My goodness, you're going. Oh, look at all the things are happening. And he just continues forward.
He's so unhelpful.
That will bring us to Whirl.
I can't guidance because that is concentration, and also conjure animals is concentration. I guess I'll just kind of hang out at the back of the van and keep an eye on my bats.
I'll say keeping concentration on those bats to command them, you can impose disadvantage again.
Sure, let's go with that.
Okay. Top of the round, Gert. Ahead, you and Magnolia, who are at the front, see that you're approaching the structure pretty quickly. With between haste and the charging thing, you're flying off the handle. And you see in the distance there are these giant spiky structures, like giant angles, like caltrops, like those things they drop with little spikes on them, sticking out of the sand. They stretch 20, 30 feet tall and surround like this gray structure. Make a perception check.
Oh no. That is a 24.
You see that there is a gap your van could fit through in these giant spikes. You're able to point it out to Magnolia, so you all don't have to spend another round. You're rolling really well and ruining all my plans. Okay, that's fine. What would you like to do on your turn?
I'd like to use vicious mockery to try to just like insult the worm away.
Awesome. Go ahead, and what are you saying to him?
I'm saying you suck. You don't have any friends. There's no one else in this desert but you. Just leave us alone. You don't need to take all your anger out on us, you big meanie.
Go ahead and roll 2d4. He failed the save.
Oh, great. 5.
This gargantuan creature that is interested in devouring and destruction, kind of like, before immediately just continuing toward. You have insulted the giant worm, and it has taken some psychic damage.
Its next attack is at disadvantage if it attacks something.
Exactly.
So that's cool.
Yep. That's going to bring us to Magnolia.
Woo! And do I make this one an advantage again?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
The turbo timer is still running. We've not overheated yet.
Ooh.
I'm giving her all
goodness.
she's got, Captain.
Okay, that is a 20, not natural, and I'm going to add the inspiration. That's a 22.
22. Okay. You're going ahead. It's 3 successes. Let's see if the worm is able to catch up with you, unless there's anything else you want to do on your turn.
I see the opening between the spikes. I'm feeling pretty confident. And I'm just gonna make a fucking beeline for this, like Mad Max style, like driving through the sand, screaming out the window like an angry, crazy person. Woo!
You hear Blaze the fire sword yell, "Oh, witness me!" As the sandworm goes, with disadvantage, bringing it down to an 8.
Nice.
As you or it through the gaps in the spiky structure, and you sort of turn the van, and sand sprays up everywhere, this cloud of dust, as you bring it to a halt, and you hear the sandworm. You see it like just like peek over these giant spikes, and then as it leans in, just retract, unable to penetrate through this spiky fortress.
Yeah.
As it sinks back down, the Deer Lord sort of zipping his way through behind you. Well done. We have reached the lost tomb of the NecroWraith Scepter. As he raises his hands and points toward it, you see a giant gray structure, almost like a big stone obelisk, kind of pyramid-like, rising out of the sands. And you see above it the letters LTNWS.
LTNWS. Lost Tomb, NecroWraith Scepter. Yes, this is the right place.
Seems like it. Did
we're
my
here.
bats survive, by the way?
Are they instructed to run away or stay near it?
I mean, like, once the sandworm, like if it, like, retreated, I would tell them to, like, leave.
We'll say it is able to take an attack of opportunity at one of them.
Sure.
And just one just gets bit and then just explodes
that's fair.
into blue mist.
So I'll call my 7 remaining giant bats over to us.
You are now surrounded by 7 bats that are larger than you.
These are very big. I don't like them. They're frightening me.
Don't worry, they're friendly. I'll, like, scratch one on the chin, feed it a blueberry.
Hello?
As soon as I see Whirl scratch one, I'm gonna just like jump up and be like, hi, hi, hi. Like to all of them. I'm like on this high of like driving super fast.
They're like fruit bats.
Car.
They're relatively harmless.
Remembering the van, Yotik is going to run over, pop the hood, and then dump his water flask thing onto the engine.
Is that good for the van, like car-wise?
Yes, you don't want it to be too hot.
It's chill.
Okay,
Nice.
as long as you say so,
I
van.
pat the van on the side.
As the haste wears off. I know that you hear just like a we did it. We reached the lost tomb of the NecroWraith Scepter. But I'm afraid you'll have to do the rest on your own. Sort of look toward the door. It's only 5 feet wide.
Oh.
No.
It's okay, Van. You'll be safe here, and we promise we're gonna come back. I would never leave you.
Magnolia, you're having a conversation with your van right now, aren't you?
I'm just gonna be like, shh. We're talking. We're having a moment.
See, you feel like this sort of like presence from the van, like almost like put like a hand on your shoulder. You go. I stay. No following.
I feel like everyone around me is like doing important things, and I'm just over my van crying.
I am just cuddling with giant fruit bats. I'm doing nothing important right now.
I'm gonna walk over to Magnolia and put my hand on her shoulder. There. It's all right. And I put my hand on the van, and I cast Reduce.
Wait, what?
I cast Reduce on the van.
You are able to reduce the size of the van.
How long does that last for?
Let's see. It lasts up to 1 minute. All right, we have to get it inside now.
I guess let's hurry.
You go up to the door, you open it, you see a long hallway down that is 5 feet wide.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
I'm not able to go there, because it will kill me if this wears off.
I'm just gonna be screaming. I'm just gonna be screaming, turn it off, Yodick, turn it off.
Oh, all right. I'll drop concentration, make it big again.
Oh, man, if the door's only 5 feet wide, I don't think the bats can come either.
Oh, I'm not going to waste spell slots on all of your bats.
That's okay.
Magnolia, you hear a noise from inside, something you started to hear once before, but it never was, like, completed. Sort of like this sort of bluegrass, kind of psychedelic rock sound coming from the CD player. Just like, truckin'. Got my chips cashed in. Keep truckin'. Like the Doodah Man. Together. More or less in line. Just keep truckin' on. And then the little CD before that, the thing that Whirl has been using to navigate and that sort of kicked off this whole adventure, ejects.
I think we need to take this with us.
Yeah, though I don't know how many stars we're gonna find in there.
Yes, it'll be hard to see the sky through the... I look at the big obelisk thing.
Looks up. You do see a clear blue sky up above, but other than the spikes that sort of stretch over. Adventurers, you see the dear Lord sort of hobble over. I have taken you as far as I can go. Your time inside the tomb will be limited, for it is said that those who spend too long in there go mad.
Interesting.
Okay.
I don't think we want that.
Hurry, adventurers. Hurry.
Have you ever been in there?
There are parts I have explored, but I am unable to divulge the secrets to you, as is my pact. He sort of like looks off into the distance.
Oh my, it's very dramatic.
Are you, like, gonna wait out here, or, like, do you want, like, a ride back?
I'll just wait here. If I don't hear from you in, 12 or so hours, or probably like an hour or 2 or 3, I'll just come grab your bodies.
Because, like, if you need, like, a ride back over the sand, like, my bats could probably take you.
Oh, that's actually not a bad idea. I've got all the deer, so...
I mean, there's 7 bats, so they could take most of you, probably.
Yeah, but then I'd have to leave one, and Chad on his own is kind of a handful, and I couldn't... It's sort of like, if I leave him with others, then he will sort of make them bad, but I can't, like, just leave him by himself, because he gets anxious.
How big is a deer?
So...
A deer? I'm trying to figure out if a bat could carry, like, him and a deer.
Bats could probably carry, like, one of these things. He is sort of politely declining.
Okay.
He's like, I'm good.
Okay.
I have means to get myself back.
Okay.
With a little bit of spirit.
Sure.
I lean over to Magnolia and whisper, "You should probably lock the van."
Good idea, Yodik. And I'm just gonna go over and tell the van to lock itself. Don't let anyone in. Anyone.
You got it, bud.
Thanks, bud.
Boop, boop.
I'll give like each bat individually a hug and a strawberry, and then like have them like guard the van for the next hour until they disappear, until I have to concentrate on something else.
Yeah, you see like at the strawberries that appear, they're already like have to do what you say, but now they're enthusiastic about it. They're just like fruit. They don't speak, but that's what you think they're saying. That's going through their mind.
I can't telepath with them, but I know their body language enough to understand.
Yeah. You know bat body language.
Yeah, obviously. Why wouldn't I?
Adventurers, the tomb awaits.
Oh, I feel like he's waiting for us to go in.
I think we should go in.
Yeah, I'm going
Let's
to
go in.
make some tea or something. All right, good luck.
I approach the entrance.
Okay, you approach the entrance and you see this sort of heavy metal door that leads down this flight of stairs. And you have your disc, which reads, "Ye who seek the NecroWraith scepter, it resides in his lost tomb. Let the stars guide you to the center, and let music be your boon." The whole thing that set off this adventure as you reach it now, and you head down into the tomb, down the dark stairwell, the smell of cool, stale air filling your nostrils. That's where we'll pick up next time.
Oh, man. Guys, we made it!
It's so homey here.
What if we, like, die?
We won't. We're gonna be good.
I'll bring you back.
Possible.
I can animate dead now.
What if you, like, die?
Well, yeah,
I can heal, but I ain't got Revivify.
true.
No diamond dust over here.
Nope.